Okay, so I'm going to give a moment before I begin tonight's live. Running just a moment behind, that's okay. This Monday. Getting this shared on Facebook and giving people time to hop on. I'm also in a different place in my house, so hopefully there won't be any loud neighbors. Tonight I tried to insulate myself. For some reason, they decided they wanted to have conversations outside my door. So had to move back a little bit. Okay. So I hope everyone is having a great Monday. It's been a long Monday, but I'm excited for this topic, and I know it will really help a lot of you guys. I did some reading today on some trends that are happening as well. So this could be interesting to get a lot of you prepared as we get ready to enter the holiday season. I guess you could say it officially starts when Halloween, because most people do a little bit of promoting before Halloween, but really from like Halloween to Valentine's, during that time, bloggers are like going to inundate you. Everybody's going to inundate you with emails and offers and all types of things. And so, of course, I'm planning mine, but I think I'm going to do mine a little different this year. So before we begin, I hope everyone on Instagram can hear me. There we go. Move the phone a little bit. Let me go ahead and introduce myself and who the organization is, and then we will hop into today's topic. So my name is Bernetta R. Freeney, and I'm the organizer of the Houston African American Bloggers Association, otherwise known as HAAB. HAAB helps our members, and I'm going to say HAAB for like the rest of the live because our name is just too long. So HAAB helps our members get paid, gain exclusive access to high connections, and stay up to date on the latest industry news, trends, and strategies. We do this because we know how challenging it is for African American voices to not only be heard, but to be respected and accepted in the online content creator world. So of those three things that we want to help our members to do, we have been getting some of the members paid. We have definitely done the stay up to date on the news, trends, and strategies. And we have done a lot of work to get to our members to have access to high connections. So next week is going to be very interesting because we have two big meetings where some of our members get to meet some people, one at a radio station and another one at a communications and marketing firm. And then we have our Pitch Perfect event for members and people in the media and PR field as well. So the next, what is that, 3 weeks is going to be a lot of putting our members in front of these high connections, in front of all these people who have access to the brands and the media for our members. So I'm going to be very busy, which really plays into tonight's topic, which is ads versus ambassadors. Because as we approach the holiday season, the media and these brand companies or PR agencies are going to be looking for ambassadors. You may not be able to do work this season depending on when they need people, but there's always, you know, last minute campaigns they put together with the budget and they're able to pay bloggers. So with that being said, we are preparing our members for these types of opportunities, especially opportunities that can happen last minute. Now, we are approaching the holiday season. I keep saying that because I need you guys to understand that it is very important if you are a blogger, because this is the best time for you to really make your case as far as what you can do, even if you're not currently working with a brand, because you can use all of that data and information and results. You compile it, you can put it in a media kit, you can put it in a case study, and you can show what you can do. So next holiday season, you can be part of a brand campaign if you're not. Last December, a lot of our members, I think about 15, were part of a campaign for Toyota. It was really last minute. I mean, they all got contacted literally maybe a few days to a week before the campaign needed to launch. So this does happen. It will happen for some of you guys. So tonight's topic is ads versus ambassadors. People who are trying to get their information in front of other people, they have multiple options of how to market that. Main one being ads, if it's on TV, radio, newspaper, magazines, online, billboards, direct mailing, whatever, ads, and then ambassadors, which are you guys, influencers, bloggers, podcasters, video bloggers, social media influencers. You guys are the ambassadors. So essentially, you are competing against ads. That's what we are going to kind of dive deep into. Well, not deep, because I'll go deep for the members, but we'll dive into it tonight. So as we approach the holiday season, some of us will enjoy it with family and friends. Most people who are not a blogger or not in business, they're just going to try to enjoy the holiday season with their friends and their family while, you know, being bombarded by all of us trying to get them to buy something that we've been paid to promote or that we ourselves are selling. Others will work to make sales. That will be us. That's who I'm talking to tonight. So to end the year strong with enough money to take us into the next year. So Black Friday, that is the big day that a lot of entrepreneurs, small businesses, big businesses alike, everybody tries to use that day to get out of the red if they're in the red, make sure they have positive cash flow, money is flowing in. Like it's a big day. But we've extended Black Friday to Small Biz Saturday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. So it's really become a weekend event that a lot of people work towards. And starting next week, you will be seeing more information being pushed out there. So while you will see more ads, you're going to see more bloggers putting more brands, products, and services in your face, in your inbox, okay? Okay, ads are great. They are targeted. They can reach as far as you can pay for them. But as bloggers, we are going to fall into the category of ambassador. Now with ads, as much money as you have, you can pay to reach a wide audience. But because we already have an audience, it makes it a little bit easier for brands to come to us because we already have an audience. If you have an engaged audience, that is a lot more, how can I say it, profitable than an audience that's not engaged. And we've talked about that before in some other lives. But you want to have an engaged audience. You want people who are liking and commenting and retweeting and sharing or tweeting you or tagging you on Instagram or Facebook. You want an audience that's really engaged in the content that you are putting out. No matter what your medium is, you want them to be engaged. So that's what a lot of brands and PR companies are going to look at. Do you already have an engaged audience in case they need to bring you into a campaign that's going to start in a limited amount of time? Like, will your audience be able to pick it up, or do you need more time? If you need more time, you probably won't get picked up for that particular campaign because they don't have the time for you to deliver certain results they are looking for. Okay, so I hope you guys are following me on this. I'm really trying to to emphasize that this is like game time. This is where you really can stake claim and where you can sell your own stuff and make some money as well. Okay, so going back to the ads. Now is the time for you to rally your audience to make purchases from your favorite stores or from the brands that you are working with. Everybody's trying to sell. I know personally myself and a few of the other members are affiliates for Target now. So with Target slashing prices and there's a lot of really cool, interesting things. I shopped at Target forever. I like Target, but I also like what they have done as far as they're raising their minimum wage for their employees to give them a living wage, and they will raise it again by 2020. So there's other aspects of why I decided I wanted to be a Target affiliate in their affiliate program. With that being said, I don't really have to do a lot of work to promote Target because I've already been posting about them, about how much I love Target versus their competitor. Everyone knows I do not like their competitor for a lot of reasons. So with me being now be part of the Target affiliate program, I don't have to worry about educating or preparing my audience because it's something that they know that I already like, whether I was getting paid for it or not. And I go to Target once a week anyway. So I use that as an example to show that if you are already doing something and then you are able to work with that brand, it's going to be a lot easier for you to talk about them because your audience is already used to you talking about them. If you are just now working with a particular brand and you haven't really said anything about them, your audience knows you're getting paid, number one. And so they're going to be a little bit leery of whether they will take your recommendation or not. Like another example, Houston Business Lounge. Houston Business Lounge is working with HAAB to help promote the co-working space that is here in Houston. So it is a Black-owned, a woman-owned co-working space. I believe it's like the only Black-owned co-working space in the entire city of Houston. She has watched us for the last couple of years. We have hosted events at her place. We have spoken with her. We have communicated. She has observed. Because we have used Houston Business Lounge, because we have talked about Houston Business Lounge, our audience is not going to feel like, oh my God, you're promoting Houston Business Lounge, because we've been talking about them before they started paying us. Now that we are an ambassador for Houston Business Lounge, it's just going to be shared a little bit more. But our audience has already heard about them. We have, if you go to our YouTube channel, I mean, we have video from like 2015, I believe. Like, we have a pretty long history with this particular company. So the fact that we were hired to promote them for the holiday season, it's not going to be too far-fetched for us. And it's not going to be something that our audience is going to feel is a turnoff. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? She could have bought ads, but most people don't respond to ads because they know they're being sold to. So she went with ambassadors. People follow us because they like the recommendations that we share with them. Also, people want to know from a personal experience or a first-hand account how a product, service, or venue, how it really works, how it really operates, whether you like it, what was the good, what was the bad. They want the truth and the honesty, and that's what ambassadors, aka bloggers, should give them. Are there good and bad to everything? Absolutely. But because ambassadors are getting paid, it's not like we're going to highlight all of the bad, but we are going to share a truthful account, or that's what should happen. Okay, let's put it that way. That's what should happen. I know some people who will falsify information because they are getting paid, but you have to think about it from an ethical standpoint. This is a holiday, scams are happening. People are ready to take other people's money. So as an ambassador, you have to come from an ethical standpoint of, if I'm sharing information about a particular brand or business, I need to make sure that I'm sharing a truthful and honest opinion. If you do not like where that business is, then don't work with them. They could just go buy ads, because investing in you as the ambassador, and it comes out that you don't like them, or you never use their product or service, or something that rubs your audience the wrong way, it can have an adverse effect on that brand or business. And that can have an adverse effect on you in the long run, okay? So let's go back to, I'm going to stick with ads for just another moment, okay? And then we'll move on. Now, I buy ads. HAAB buys ads. We buy ads on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I think we bought an Instagram ad for our bootcamp. So we too have bought ads. Everybody's going to buy ads. Even the companies that are hiring you as an ambassador is going to buy ads. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I've also hired influencers for my own personal business. Some were exceptional. Others were example of doing a better job vetting. So with you being an ambassador or wanting to be one, or an affiliate, you are going to be vetted by the company. You want to fall into the exceptional category. You do not want to be in the category of, I should have done a better job vetting this person, okay? As an ambassador, of course you want to make the business or the brand more money. That's, why they hired you, essentially. This is also where your audience is going to get sales fatigue. They're seeing all these ads, they're getting all these emails on a daily basis. And now they have you, their trusted source of news, information, gossip, whatever you share. Now you are going to bombard them with, I love Target, this is why I love Target. And they're going to get sales fatigue. You have to figure out, as the ambassador, how am I going to get my audience to pay attention to what I am putting out as far as my content or the business and the brand that I'm promoting, without them turning off, getting annoyed, rolling their eyes, or just muting me for the holiday season. I know there are some businesses that I'll probably unfollow or unsubscribe to or mute, because all I'm going to see are sales pitches. And I don't want to see sales pitches. I want to see whatever you're selling, how is it going to help me? How is it relating to me? How can I use this in my life? And why should I spend money on it? That's what you need to do as an ambassador. You need to answer those questions. That is what your audience is thinking, and that's what you as the ambassador needs to provide to and for your audience. People are going to have stuff coming at them all day, every day to buy something. So what can you do as the ambassador or affiliate to get your audience attention so they're not getting annoyed with the ads that they see? Because as soon as they click on your link to your blog, they're going to get those ads popping up on Facebook and popping up on Twitter and Instagram. And they're probably going to regret clicking the link to your blog. So how can you get them to not regret making that decision? That's something you have to answer. I can't answer for you because I don't know your particular audience, but I do know this, at least for HAAB. HAAB has a very eclectic audience. We have PR firms following us. We have media. We have businesses. We have bloggers. We just have people who like bloggers. So we have a very eclectic audience. Are we speaking to everyone in that audience? No. But something in our message is connecting to them. That one thing that is connecting to them is what we need to play on to make sure that they continue to subscribe to our blog, read our posts, learn more about the businesses that have hired us to help them this holiday season. One thing that we probably are doing that other people aren't, we do this weekly Facebook Live where you get to know us. You can ask questions about what we're doing. We're sharing information. We're not really saying bye, bye, bye. Okay, we're giving of ourselves, our knowledge, our information. We also do our weekly Twitter chat. The Twitter chat is something that they can see members and non-members alike engaging, interacting, and talking. During that time, because we have high engagement during our Twitter chat, that's a perfect time for us to put other people's information in front of an audience that knows, okay, Sunday at 6 o'clock, I may not join the Twitter chat, but I'm going to watch their tweets. I'm going to click that hashtag and I'm going to watch those tweets. So we can put the information of the companies that we're working with there. We can share information with them because at the time we have an engaged audience. Okay, so those are some ways that we are able to connect with our audience without being intrusive, without coming off as if we're only selling to them. We're not only selling to you guys who are watching, we are trying to give you information. Now, if you want, more detailed information, you do have to join. You do have to join HAAB. We will give you that you can use. A lot of what I share, if you listen carefully, every week I come to that I share that you can immediately use in your blog, on your podcast, in your video log, and do well with that. But you have to listen. There are questions that I put in each of the videos that you can utilize that will help you if you pay attention to that question and you sit down and you really think about the answer that needs to come with that question. So we as ambassadors, HAAB, we are making sure that we're standing apart from other bloggers. You're not going to see just a commercial, just sales pitches from us all the time. We are showing you this is what we know. And we know this information because, and here's how we can share this information, because this company is paying for it. So there's going to be a connection. Like when we talked about the Houston Business Lounge and how we have done things back and forth with them over the last 2 years. So it's no surprise if people are going to see us every day talking about Houston Business Lounge on our social media, because it's something we've done. And we're going to continue to do it. They are literally a great co-working space, and co-working spaces are in. I read an article. People don't like working at home by themselves anymore because it's lonely, and loneliness is adding to depression. Worldwide depression has risen 18% since 2005. Now, I'm not making these up. I have posted these on my personal social media. So I'm sharing information that I have learned. The reason Houston Business Lounge is a great organization for us to promote, a lot of bloggers work from home by themselves. Co-working space makes sense. I personally talk about depression on my personal blog. Loneliness is huge in this country. I mean, not just country, but in this entire world. I read a whole article about the United Arab Emirates and how expats are suffering greatly from depression in that particular country. So why wouldn't you want to go hang out at Houston Business Lounge with other entrepreneurs, creatives, nonprofit leaders, and have people to talk to bounce ideas off, and a place to go when you feel like leaving your house? Because you don't have to go there every day like an actual office. That's a plus, right? That's a plus. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? That's what ambassadors do. You're sharing from a personal experience, a firsthand experience that people can relate to about the company, the brand, the business that you are promoting. And honest to God, I am a huge fan of Houston Business Lounge. So I love working with Monique. She's a great entrepreneur, but she has a company that makes sense for HAAB. And why wouldn't we be able to articulate why that makes sense? As an ambassador, that's what you have to do. Why is it what you are promoting makes sense, not just to you or for you, but to your audience and for your audience as well? A lot of people who follow us are entrepreneurs, small business owners, nonprofit leaders, other bloggers, creatives. A lot of them work from home. Here's a place that you can go to at least once a week to get out of your house. That's not the coffee shop. It's not Starbucks. You cannot be as So anyway, I was in Starbucks one time, and this man took up 2 tables in Starbucks. He literally brought a printer, not the small printer that you can carry, but he brought, you know, the big printer that has the scanning and all of that. He literally brought that to Starbucks, took up 2 tables because he needed office space, and he took up the whole corner. You can't do that, especially around the holidays. People want to be social and people want to connect with other people. So a co-working space is definitely a place you can go if you're looking to just be in the presence of other people. Now, Starbucks is free. You don't even have to pay for the Wi-Fi or pay for the coffee. Co-working space is not. However, you cannot walk up to some random person in Starbucks and ask them a question about your business like you could at a co-working space. Why? Because you don't know those people at Starbucks and they don't want to be bothered by you. But at a co-working space, people specifically go there so that they have someone to interact with and someone to bounce ideas off of. HAAB hosts a co-working day every year. We do it just once. But it's a time where bloggers, you don't have to be in our group, bloggers can come, you work, you share ideas, we talk, we give feedback. It's a great way for you to really get some insight from people who are within the same industry that you're in, but they may not read your blog or watch your YouTube channel or listen to your podcast, and they can give you some pretty good insight. You have to think of why your audience follows you and use that to your advantage. Again, when I described the eclectic mix of HAAB's audience, we had to think, how can we get the attention of all these different categories of people who follow us interested in the companies? Like, we had a limo company that we that paid us to do some work for them. Like I said, we've worked with Toyota. We have this personal trainer from New York who's hired us to work with them. You go to the blog, you can read all of this information. But what I'm saying is, how could we get them to connect with our audience? How can we get our audience to connect with them? What is the advantage? That's something we had to think about. And what works for us, what makes our clients happy, and what connects with our audience is when we share from a personal, firsthand experience. When we do that, we're putting our audience in our place so they can see how whatever we're writing about, we're sharing on social media, connects with them personally. Okay. What unique ways are you able to tell that brand story that your audience can relate to? So you've heard me share a lot about Houston Business Lounge, how we are going to use it, how we've been using it, how it connects, how it relates to us, how we're able to share that brand story. I'm giving you just a little bit, but you will see more of that over the next couple of months. Yes, months. We'll be working with Monique through the rest of the year. But it works for us. We're able to see how unique that company is and how we can share and amplify her message. As ambassadors, that's our job. That's what we're hired and paid to do. One way that a lot of bloggers struggle with connecting a brand's message to their audience, they don't have the right content in place, or they don't have enough content, or they don't know what to write. So it seems like they're writing a sales pitch type of blog post, or they're creating a video where it seems like it's a sales pitch. Well, with our 30-day blog challenge, we have shared different types of topics that you can use. Those topics that we have shared in the 30-day blog post are definitely topics you can use when you are creating your content for being an ambassador. You know, we had list posts and who are you? Why do you blog? Who is your audience? These type of topics are things that you can tweak and create content for the brand that you are working with. So our 30-day blog challenge is not just a challenge to get you to write for 30 days or, you know, within this 30-day period. It's a way for you to have content ideas, especially during the holiday season, because you will be writing more content. The more brands and businesses you work with, the more content you will have to create, because you cannot put all of them in the same blog post. You're going to have to write more content, and that's hard for a lot of people to come up with a lot of ideas on a short notice. The 30-day blog challenge definitely will give you help with those ideas. We also have our blog bootcamp, which is every August, and next year it'll be August 4th. So what we are doing, and I said the word so many times, I'm annoyed with myself. I'm annoyed with myself using that word. But we're doing a blind faith ticket. What that means, we know our audience, and we know our audience wants information. They want to stay ahead. And we have created a boot camp next year that is going to make sure that you stay ahead of other people. We're not going to have just a regular, ordinary blog boot camp where you talk about content creation and the perfect photo on Instagram. We are going to talk about the mediums that you need to know about and dive deep into those mediums, such as video and audio. Audio may not be popular with a lot of people, but it's gaining traction. And it's something that definitely is not going away, and it definitely will only grow and increase. And you need to know how to use a podcast to your advantage. Whether you podcast or not is not the question, but knowing how to utilize and knowing how to maximize a podcast for your blog, or if you have a YouTube channel, how to use podcasting to help you with that. That is a key advantage that you need to be able to utilize and take advantage of. So the blind faith ticket that we're selling right now for $35, you get your seat next year, because I wish I can announce what what advantage you have with getting your ticket now, but it's called Blind Faith for a reason. We cannot announce certain things until January, but you will have an advantage of attending our blog bootcamp next year getting it at this price because we are definitely going to show you and utilize how to use video and audio in a way that's going to take you and move you a lot further along so that you can definitely stand out. And next holiday season, you can be an ambassador as well for brands or businesses. And I really hope a lot of you guys get some campaigns this season as well. I'm not even going to only portray that you can do it in the future next year. I really hope you guys are able to position yourself using the 30-day blog challenge if you need content ideas so that you can show how your audience is engaged, how your audience responds to you. And then you can be able to promote businesses with a little bit more ease, a little bit more confidence, because some people are intimidated by sharing about a business because they don't want to turn their audience off because they haven't learned how to seamlessly weave in that business or that brand into what you're doing. I did that with Houston Business Lounge in this Facebook Live. I did that with Target in this Facebook Live. I shared from a first-hand personal account a little, now snippets, I didn't go into like great detail, but I shared enough for you hopefully to get an idea of how to use what you know about that brand or business and what you know about your audience and create a way for those two to connect. Now, before I hop off, if you have questions, you definitely can promote it. But again, tonight's topic was ads versus ambassador. No matter who's hiring you, they're still going to buy ads. Ads are not going anywhere, okay? Ads are literally here to stay. But how can you as an ambassador get a little bit of that money? You have to know who your audience is. You have to know how you engage with them. And you have to be able to tell that brand or that business, this is how I can get my audience to connect with you. Because they are going to connect because I do Facebook Live. I do Twitter chats. I have a YouTube channel that I'm funny, or I share a lot of personal stories. I write a blog post. Whatever the case may be, the brand needs to know how you are going to share their story. And the best way to share their story is to make sure that it connects with your audience through your perspective, your point of view, so that your audience can imagine themselves in your place using that product, that service, the venue space, going to the event, whatever the case may be. So that's all I have for tonight's Facebook Live. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back next Monday at 7 p.m. It will be the night before Halloween, so I don't know what I'll talk about then, but I will be back next Monday at 7 p.m. Don't forget, we are still doing our 30-day blog challenge. You can go to our Facebook page, our event page, to find out more information. Our co-organizer, Charlotte, is heading that up, and she has been using Facebook Live audio to share information about each of the topics, and we did a whole Facebook Live audio for you guys to learn more about that. And we will also see you on Sunday, 6 p.m. for HAAB chat, HAAB chat. And we had a great chat yesterday. We talked about books, so you need to click that hashtag and read through. If you see anything you like, go ahead and comment to the person who is in that chat and use our hashtag as well. I hope you guys have a great week. I know it's Monday. I try to stay as positive and happy as I can on this live to give you a little bit of energy to make it through your week. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.